hello, and welcome to Monday morning. I hope you guys are having a really good day so far. I hope you're looking toward a phenomenal week, a good Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then something illustrious and amazing this weekend. I really do. I know this past weekend was pretty big for a lot of people. We had Atlanta Comic-Con happening. My good friend Shelly Wheeler was up there along with a good friend Josh Bauer, his wife Kayla, and of course the Momster hanging out, staying under trouble, having a good time in Atlanta. Some other good friends were down in Fort Lauderdale at SuperCon. These are big projects. You know, a lot of people work really, really hard on these projects, especially something like a convention when they're going and it's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and they have cosplays, or they have artwork, or they have a business that they're trying to run, or they have a table that they're trying to set up. They have a million things that they're trying to do to make sure that they get everything right. And at the end of that, there's a little bit of sadness because it's over. You know, so you work so hard, you work all the time, you work year round to make sure that you're ready and you're geared up and you're ready to rock and roll for a big project like this. And at the end of the project, when it's over and it's done, it's kind of like Christmas morning after all the presents are opened up, or maybe a theatrical performance after all the performances are done and the cast gets together, and you feel that little bit of, man, so much preparation, so much time, so much practice, so much rehearsal, so much emotion, and now it's over and people feel a small sense of loss. I was talking to a friend yesterday who finished a really good book, and he said when he finished the book, he actually felt a little sadness, a little depression, because he knew that that journey was over. And if he read it again, it wouldn't necessarily be the same journey because he had already taken it before. So we were talking about how to battle that, how to try to see if you could replace that sadness with excitement. And I always am leaning toward the question of what's next. What are we doing next? What's the next thing that we're doing? What's the next goal that we're trying to achieve? What is the next course of action? What's the next challenge that we have? What's the next thing that we're setting ourselves up for? So at a time like this, on a Monday after a 4-day convention like an Atlanta Comic-Con or a SuperCon, a lot of people are left asking themselves, like, man, what do I do next? What is the next thing that I'm going to do? Or how do I get out of this funk? Or how do I get out of this? And sometimes, you know, once something big like that ends, there is a little sense of loss. It's like, okay, well, I've been focusing so long on this project. Now that the project's over, I don't know what to do. And my advice to that is always be working on that next challenge, be working on that next race, be preparing to run that next relay. Always be ready with something else that you have that you're going to start working on, and use that motivation, that high coming off of a successful project that boosts you right into a brand new project again. You know, there's a lot of bands that they play once a month, once every 2 weeks, once every 3 weeks, and it kind of keeps them going. So they build up and they build up and they build up for a show, and then after that show is over, they've already got another show coming up in a week that they can prepare for. There's not really a lot of downtime. And a good thing to do that I've experienced is always be asking yourself what's next. It doesn't necessarily have to be in a band that you're in or a project that you're in. It could be something that you're doing personally. It could be a hobby. It could be something that you're trying to do around the house or with your friends. Maybe you want to travel. Maybe you want to spend some time building something. Maybe you want to spend your time writing or meditating. And when you achieve those goals, it's always good to already have another goal in place of what you're going to try once that thing has ended, once that thing is over. What's the next step? What is your next goal? What is your next challenge? What is your next race? What are you going to be doing? And that will help us use that energy coming off of a successful project to boost us into a brand new project. Don't give yourself too much time to relax. That's why a lot of professionals will say that once you graduate high school, if college is your goal, then go right into college. Don't take that lag time off. Don't take that time to relax and get out of the idea or the feeling of the work ethic that it takes to be successful in a formal education environment. So when you take that time from high school, in between high school and college, and you chill, and you take a year off or 2 years off, and maybe you get a job or you get some friends and you move into an apartment. Now you got a life. Now you're working a 40-hour-a-week job. You're engaging with the social aspect of your apartment and your friends and your family and all that other good stuff. And it's tough to get back into the swing of things. Can it be done? Of course. People do it all the time. Absolutely. Is it a little harder? Yes, of course. Because you got out of that educational mindset into a living life, paying bills mindset. Then you're trying to get back into an educational mindset. So it can be tough sometimes. So if you already know what that goal is going to be, you use that momentum that you get when you pop off at high school and you're done and you graduate. Yeah, hoorah, awesome. What's next? So always be asking yourself what's next. Unless you just want to chill, then don't ask yourself what's next at all. Do whatever you want to do. But for somebody like me, I'm always working on a project. I always got something going. I always got another show coming up. I always got a new goal that I'm headed toward. Multiple plates spinning on multiple sticks at exactly the same time, and you just try to push and push and push, and I try to keep myself busy. I always talk about having those little tiny things to look forward to, those little momentous occasions that push me to my next momentous occasion, and they don't have to be massive and magnanimous momentous occasions. They could just be tiny goals, small goals. Again, you don't have to see the whole staircase, just the next step. Little tiny changes add to big results. So keep that in mind today, especially those of you that are getting back from SuperCon, getting back from AtlantaCon. You may feel a little lost. You may feel a little, I don't know what to do right now. What you do is you learn from the past 4 days. You realize how you can make it better next year at the same exact convention you were just at, and then you prepare for the next convention that's coming up. And you use everything that you learned from those past 4 days or those past 3 days to make your product, to make your efficiency, to make your effectiveness higher, better, more productive. So I hope you guys are having a good day. Ashley Bray, good to see you. I know my girl Brianna Rivera was down in South Florida with the Bombshells, and I heard the Bombshells killed it. So huge congratulations to the Bombshells for doing such a great job at SuperCon. I understand you guys ruled the day, and a killer after party at SuperCon, man. Absolutely killer after party at SuperCon. So I'm really proud of you guys. I'm really happy. I can't say I'm surprised. I'm definitely not surprised, but I am relieved a little bit because I know there was a lot of stress and a lot of hard work that went into something like getting that large of a group of people together with one common visual goal at all is very difficult. So thank you guys so much for kicking ass and taking names and representing the Bombshells and the cosplay community at SuperCon for the very, very first time. From what I heard, it went great, and I hope you guys, I'm sure you guys will be invited back next year to take over once again as the Bombshells. So huge congrats to my man Josh Bauer and Shelly Wheeler for having a successful convention. I know Christian No Pants Basil was at SuperCon as well. So I hope everybody that attended all the conventions this past weekend had a wonderful time. You guys are looking forward to an amazing week. I know I am. I hope you are. I will talk to you guys soon. You guys have a good Monday. Peace and love and above all that other good stuff. Lots of happiness. My name is Billy Floyd. We'll see you tonight at 7:05 on Facebook.com/BillyFloydMusic for the Kitchen Killers wrap up, baby. Love ya. Pizza.